Well, as Tim pulls away, we'll turn the track over to Jim Mattingly in Jamie's Revenge, and he will back up to the sled, a 23 Ford Bucket T with a 606 cubic inch Arias engine. Boy, these are mountain motors.
Oh, let me tell you something. Mountain motors, not the half of it. This old boy out of the Bluegrass State called Barstown, Kentucky home. By the way, Barstown is the home of my old Kentucky home. He relies on this awesome Ford to make the horsepower to try to go quicker or further than a 222.
Well, Army, this truck was formerly owned by LD Nation's son, Brent Nation, who won the 91 two-wheel drive title with it.
Oh, look at this, Gary. Check it out. He's out of here. Full pull.
And this is the first Indy Super Pull Jim has qualified for, and he makes a big splash here in Indianapolis with a full pull.
Yeah, Gary, he's about 2 feet on the other side of that 230 mark, so a 232, but 230 is all that counts. He had the balance just about perfect. He goes straight on the start of the race, but instead of hooking to the left like the guys in front of him, he gets it to lift and go to the right. That let him keep his momentum up. You notice the front end up, weight keeps coming. There's your 230 better. Well,
Jim Mattingly has set the benchmark. He's on the top of the leaderboard. He's still in the cockpit, and Army's down there with him.
Jim, a 232, that makes you the man to beat. It looked beautiful.
It felt like just a super run. It tracks perfect. The truck run perfect. I don't know what we could have done any better.
Why did you go straight and everybody else was having trouble hooking left and right?
I made an adjustment on the chassis back in the pit area. I picked that up from the earlier pullers, and I adjusted my chassis so it wouldn't do that.
So once again, the luck of the draw allowed Jim to watch some other pullers go out first as we take a look at Greer Hamilton. He was second in the 93 Grand National Points standings. He's driving a 23 Ford C-Cab with a big 646 cubic inch power plant.
Greer's always been a player in the sport all the way from the left coast, if you will, California. But normally we've seen Greer in the mini rod division. He steps up now and comes over with the beautiful 23 Ford C-Cab. And he is going hunting for the East Coast boys right now.
Yeah, this is Greer's first visit to the Indy event in the two-wheel drive class. But once again, it's going to take a full pull, and boy, he needs some weight on the front.
Well, he was leaning on the engine.
226, just shy of a full pull, but as they say, close. But what is that, no cigar?
Yeah, but we're not playing hand grenades. We're playing truck and tractor pulls now. He comes out, it looks real good until he gets to about 3/4 of the track. Then it really skies on him. And the higher it goes, the more horsepower it takes to pull the sled.
Once again, he gets the nose up in the air. Now, this pull is good enough right now for second on the leaderboard, but we have more competition to go. Right now, let's go trackside and get some comments from Greer Hamilton.
Greer, the number comes up for you at a 226. That puts you in the number 2 spot. Are you satisfied with the run?
Well, I run outdoors. I don't do much of this indoor pulling, and so that's not bad for, I probably pulled indoors 10 times in 10 years.
Let me ask you a question real quick. If you could go back to the starting line right now, would you do anything different?
Yeah, I'd put a little more weight on the front. I took only 1 weight back, my best weight, figuring a short track. So this is new to me. I'm satisfied.
We have a whole lot more pulling competition coming your way from the Indy Super Pull, so stay with us. From the Indiana State Fairgrounds Coliseum here in Indianapolis, it's the annual Indy Super Pull, and we are right in the middle of the two-wheel drive competition. Looking now at the leaderboard, Jim Mattingly with that full pull continues to lead. Greer Hamilton is second at 226, and Randy Petro third at 222.
But all eyes right now are on the starting line as the Bad Badger comes out. That'll be Dave DEPPE. It'll be a 1992 fiberglass replica of an Aerostar van powered by a 638 cubic inch Allen Root Ford engine. And this guy can provide you a lot of excitement if you're a Ford fan, Gary.
Well, he provided some excitement 1 year ago. We're going to take a look back now. What happened to DEPPE? He had a very fiery incident. He was okay. In fact, he ended up finishing 6th. The 93 Grand National Point standings, but some excitement last year under that fiberglass body.
I told you, remember a minute ago I was talking about the safety crew, how they're right on the spot? I rest my case right there.
Well, that was last year, and now we bring you up to this year, but once again, he needs that full pull.
In this sport, he'll have to make a full pull over 230 feet in order to get into a pull-off situation, so he's under a lot of pressure, not only to make a good run now, try to keep the vehicle together to come back and make a run later. I don't think he's going to do it, Gary.
He comes up short here in the Indiana State Fairgrounds Coliseum. In fact, substantially short of the full pull that he needed, only 214 feet. But despite that, his equipment is faring better this year than last year.
Exactly. He didn't tear anything up. One of the things we're watching as the replay comes up on the screen, the track crew is putting this track back together phenomenally well.
Well, Army, we want to talk to Dave Deppe. Oh, look, maybe he did have a problem after all.
Dave, real quick, you got out of the vehicle, immediately went to the back of the block. What were you looking for?
Well, Army, right on the tail end of the run, I noticed some oil right here on the back of the intake manifold spraying up on my firewall. So something happened right here on the back of the intake manifold. My Indy luck just seems to continue. Last year we had a fire here, and now this year this happened. We had a good hook going, but just one of those deals.
Now one of the ladies in the sport, CHARLENE CABEEN, in stress relief 2 out of New Haven, Indiana. A 78 Chevy Love with a big 540 cubic inch power plant.
You notice, Gary, when she went to the starting line, she raised her hands up. That's a safety rule, and I like it. That's telling the track crew that she will not move the vehicle until the safety crew, the track crew, tells her to do so. Hands up means I will not move until told to do so.
Her husband, John, is also a puller and actually ended up finishing second to CHARLENE in Region 2.
A little bit light on the nose. She's hooking it to the left. Now she starts to bring it back, but I think it's going to be too little too late, Gary.
Now, she had a good effort there toward the end to bring it back, but 218 feet will drop her well off what she needs. Obviously, anything short of a full pull, you're out of competition.
Yeah, that's right. The pressure's on everybody in the field right now. If you don't make a full pull, you're not going to be a player.
Jim Mattingly has to be the happiest guy in the building right now because all he has to do is sit and watch everybody else.
Yeah, but they're all taking cheap shots at him. I'll guarantee you that. Look at this. See, she's drifting to the left. She's got the wheel turned to the right. That's got to be a natural reflex, but 218.
I will go down now and talk to CHARLENE.
Okay, at 218, put you number 4. That's not bad at all in this type of competition.
No, it's not. There's a lot of guys here with a lot bigger motor than I have, and I'm really glad that it did good. It hooked up and just, it went. It felt great.